Hi guys, welcome back to LPB Racing for the BTCC support race series on Project Cars 2. Here we are at Brands Hatch GP for race 3 of the Porsche Carrera Cup GB special event. So let's take you through the grid for this one then. It is, when the camera gets working properly, there we are, it is Video on pole position in the red car. TY alongside him, second on the grid. Bidzster is third, fourth for Keith, fifth for Johnny McMullen, sixth for Stevie, seventh is NRP, Bradders is eighth, Neil Farmack ninth place, and Blakeney draws the 10th place position on the grid. So let's wait for the start of this race then. Here we go, ready for the lights out here at Brands Hatch. And we're away, and Stevie gets a cracking start through the middle of everyone. Cracking start for Stevie as we go in towards Paddock Hill Bend. There he is, and TY takes the lead. Oh, and he's lost it now. Stevie, a fantastic start and loses control of the car. Not good as Johnny McMullen comes across and takes his teammate off the road. And Bradders rejoins in sixth, so Johnny McMullen strikes again. TY's off the road as well. It's all happening here. Bidzster and Video have got away with it all. Video goes down to the... loses it on the curb and Bidzster has nowhere to go. Video goes off, Bidzster follows him, and Bidzster's going backwards now. There he is, back in 6th place there. So what? 3 corners and utter chaos already here at Brands Hatch. Johnny McMullen's the lucky one. He gets away with it all at the front. Keith goes into... Well, he didn't get away with it all, Johnny McMullen, because he did take his teammate off. But we'll get some replays on that in a little bit as we look at Blakeney and Stevie side by side. Whenever they're side by side, it's usually chaos. As you go through Hawthorne, NRP looking to get past Bradders on the inside. Bradders says, no, you do not. Stevie defending from Blakeney also. As they go down the hill towards Sheen Curve, NRP closing on Bradders and Stevie. Oh, NRP and Bradders side by side. Down towards Sterling's, and Bradders defends the position still. Good defending by Bradders, but he's got a train behind him now, because he's got NRP and Stevie closing up right behind him as we go into the corner. NRP and Bradders alongside each other, and Bradders loses control and hits Stevie in towards the pit lane, and Blakeney loses it himself as well. Oh, more chaos here at Brands Hatch. As a few of them get away with it. There's TY across the line, there's everyone else recovering in the background. Blakeney and Video get going, and Stevie. They're at the back of the grid, so we'll get some replays on that action for you now. Here's a replay of the start on board with NRP. So Stevie gets a cracking start straight through the middle of Johnny McMullen and Keith. Good start there by Stevie. And so McMullen in the yellow car ahead, Keith on the inside. Bit of contact there, Keith runs a bit wide there. Up there goes Bradders, who's accidentally tapping his there. Stevie goes off. Then up here, see Johnny McMullen, bang, moves across straight on his teammate there. Not very sporty indeed, did not check his mirrors whatsoever. There's TY going off the track. He just ran wide himself and took himself off the track. Then if you look down here, watch the red and blue car at the front. Video goes off and Bidzster is in the wrong place at the wrong time. And there's contact there. We'll get a more detailed view on that next. Okay, here's the view from on board with Bidzster then. So down the hill towards Graham Hill Bend, into the corner we go. Video goes wide and then then he goes on the curb and we try and move out of the way, but we come across straight in front of us and there's nothing Bidzster can do, and Video goes round. Okay, here's the view of the clearways incident on board with Bidzster then. So watch the cars ahead, together into the corner. Bradders loses control of the car and it comes across into Stevie and takes him off there. We go straight through and there's Blakeney in the middle of the track behind. Okay, now let's get a view on that on board with Blakeney, and into the corner we go. Bradders and NRP go together. We just go wide, clip the gravel ourselves and spin round. And then TY is the fright of a lifetime. We finally get a gear before Neil comes through. I think we do. Oh no, we reset and then we go. So that's what happened there. As we come back from all that, Bidzster's off the track and so's Neil and Bradders as well. As Bidzster's gone off, he's back behind Neil. Blakeney's gone off. It's all happening here. Let's get to the outside cameras because the other cameras aren't doing us any favours. Bradders and Video off at Paddock Hill Bend. Some more action and more replays. Okay, here's what happened to Bidzster then on the second lap. Just gets a massive twitch there and loses the back end of the car. And meanwhile, next up is Bradders to come through. As we look at Bradders there, he just goes understeer straight off. And Video goes off as well. He goes off and loses control of the car as well. If you just get a little replay on that as well. There he goes, loses control of the car and off into the gravel. So it all happened there at once. As we come back from that, Bidzster is behind Neil then after that spin he's just had there. And Neil Farmack in 5th place with Bidzster right behind him. NRP and Keith. NRP's past Keith for 2nd place. So NRP up into 2nd, Keith down to 3rd. Then we've got Neil and Bidzster close together as well down towards Hawthorne. Incredible start to this race. just over 2.5 minutes into this race, and I've not stopped. It's been chaos. As we go down towards Westfield then with Bidzster and Neil. Bidzster over the curb, hopping the curbs. And down towards Sheen. I'm really wanting to do some of these Murray Walker references, but I'm trying not to copyright anything that Murray says, because what Murray says is gold. Murray Walker, the legend of commentary, one of my idols. And I love Murray Walker, and he does a brilliant job of commentating. And he's one of the best people around in motorsport as we go in towards Clearways. Neil Farmack goes through there. Bidzster then gets a good run. Bidzster gets a good run and goes up the inside, and Neil gives him space, and Bidzster takes the position. Back into 5th place goes Bidzster. There we go, in front of Neil. Just got to hold on around this corner now. Sliding the car through, and Bidzster takes 5th place. Blakeney and Steve still close together as we've got Bradders off in the background. Bradders spins round in the background. Blakeney and Stevie together. Stevie goes ahead into Paddy Kilbend. So it's Stevie in 7th, Blakeney in 8th. As we go with Bidzster, who's now catching up to TY. So TY there in the green car with the pink mirrors. Bidzster catching him now. Out of McLaren down towards down the hill, down the drop, down to Hawthorne. Pilgrim's drop down to Hawthorne. And through Hawthorne in towards Westfield. They're catching up to Keith as well. As we go through this race. Quite a slimy car, this Porsche sometimes, so it can be a bit hard to control, as we can see from the amount of spins we've already seen in this race. Bidzster closing up to the back of TY here. TY lights the blaze, just letting Keith know he's closing up, but still it's a battle for position. We go down towards Clearways. Into Clearways we go. Keith runs a bit wide there. TY and Bidzster good lines through there, so this could be the opportunity for them both. As we go up towards Paddy Kilbend, the first corner. Keith, TY, Bidzster all together. Keith defends from TY. And TY, Bidzster slides to the background, he's off. But TY goes right round the outside of Keith. Have that, sunshine. TY schools Keith and goes right round the outside of him as Bidzster goes off the road, and Neil Farmack now gets ahead of him again, and Neil then runs wide himself, and Bidzster takes it back. Bidzster will be sick of the sight of Neil Farmack after this race. He's made 2 mistakes and both gone back to have a battle with Neil. So Bidzster gets on with it again then, so probably just trying a bit too hard and the car getting away from him. So not good there for Bidzster. There's Keith and TY. Keith tries to stick with TY, but TY I think is going to pull away here looking at the lap time difference. So fastest lap so far is Bidzster, 1:25.7, but Johnny keeping it together up front. Johnny McMullen in the lead of the race then, up ahead, and controlling the lead up at the front. And he's only there because he's had no, he hit his teammate off, and he's now continuing up front, and he's in the lead of the race. NRP in 2nd place there, so good for NRP. Good consistent points. As Keith now in 4th place, he's got Bidzster catching up to him again, so Bidzster then trying to get the job done the 2nd time round. As TY went right round the outside of him this time last lap, and Bidzster then has got to try and do something to get past Keith if he can. Out of Clearways, apologies for the sniffles guys, just a little bit of a mini cold, but it's all good. There we go, up across the line. There's Neil Farmack trying to stick with Bidzster here through the Paddy Kilbend, and Bidzster gets it done properly that time, up the hill towards Druids. Towards Druids we go, not many of the battles on track, so this is the closest one so far, so we'll stick with this one. Bidzster versus Keith. Down to Graham Hill Bend as Keith runs wide there. Bidzster closes up even more now in towards McLaren. Flashing his lights at Keith just to let him know he's there. As we go into McLaren, Keith runs a bit wide here, and Bidzster will get a good run up the inside. Should be able to get past him on the overrun, but we'll see side by side down towards Hawthorne. Keith on the inside, Bidzster on the outside, and Keith lifts off and Bidzster goes through. Doesn't want to fight it too much because he knows Bidzster's a bit quicker, so there's no point holding him up too much, and he goes through into 4th place. Keith down to 5th. Keith's teammate Neil Farmack, the next one on the agenda, and the good old boys. Look at Keith there, Neil closing up to Keith here. Let's have a little on board from Mr. Farmack as Keith goes off the track there. There he is, there's my favourite onboard camera that doesn't last too long, but Neil Farmack closing up on the back of Keith then, gets a good run, and Keith moves out of the way and lets us go through. So Keith obviously not feeling like he's got the pace and lets Neil Farmack go through as trying to play the team game. So good on Keith there as we go over the line. So Keith lets Neil go through. Neil up into 5th, Keith down to 6th. And that's the last of the battles for now. Let's have a quick look at TY. He's actually trying to catch NRP. He's 4 seconds behind him, so 1:25.9 for TY last time round. So liking this track with this car a bit better than the others. And Johnny McMullen's done a 25.6 last time round, based on a 26.5. So Bidzster a bit slower that time round, but we'll see if he can catch up. Stevie on a 27.1, Blakeney on a 27.8. So a bit similar lap times between them two as well. Brad is unfortunately at the back, struggling with this car. And he's just coming through over the line now, and Johnny McMullen is just coming down towards Sheen Curve now, up over Sheen, and nicely done through there, and on his way. It looks like he's on his way for a win, but we'll have to see, because you never know. Not like that, mistakes like that, but worse could be made. T-by down to Sheen Curve as well, through there nicely there, and down towards Sterling. Lovely line through there, so TY definitely getting used to this car now. As Bidzster then goes through the same corner there and out towards the clearways. Keith's falling off the back of Neil a bit now. He's 3 seconds behind his teammate, and Stevie's actually closing up to him. So Stevie and Keith could be close in the next few laps. So Stevie's on the move here. Let's have a little comparison of lap times this time round then. So Johnny McMullen 1:26 dead, NRP 26.8, TY 25.1 for TY. Fast lap for TY that time round, really trying to close off an NRP. 2.9 seconds is the gap now. Bidzster 25.7, so good lap time for Bidzster that time round as well. Neil in a 27 flat. Keith on a 30.3, Stevie 27.3, so Stevie definitely closing on Keith, almost 2.5 seconds plus faster. So Stevie on the move here, trying to catch up to Keith. Blakeney last time around at 31 and Video at 34, so not good lap times for them. But Keith being caught then slowly by Stevie. Oh, actually, I wouldn't say slowly, I'd say being caught rapidly by Stevie, actually, as to rephrase my words there. Down onto the straight. The gap visually coming down. You can see Stevie really closing on Keith here. And Keith's not driving slow, I can tell you that. Keith has got some good pace to him, it's just that Stevie's got a bit more. And Keith goes off and makes it life easy for Stevie. Keith goes off, just carries too much speed through the corner. The back end just tries to overtake the front, and Keith just about held onto it and just tapped the wall a bit. But down to 7th place goes Keith. So unlucky for Keith there. He's had decent pace in this race, but just not enough to compensate over the top runners. Johnny McMullen last time round at 1:25.4, so that could be the fastest lap of the race. That actually is NRP 27.3, 26.6 for TY, and a 26 flat for Bidzster. So Bidzster then catching on TY, who's off the track. TY's off the track, he's gone off, made a mistake at Paddock Hill Bend, done similar to what Bidzster did a few laps ago, and down to 4th place he goes. So sliding the car around again, so the back tyre's overheating there, and he's got to watch for Neil Farmack closing up now. So TY vulnerable here with these overheating rear tyres, and then understeers through Graham Hill Bend as well. So TY struggling with the car here. Possible problem with the car, and my guess is it's tyres. Rear tyres overheating, front left tyre possibly overheating as well from all the strain of the right hand corners on this fast-paced Brands Hatch circuit. But Bidzster safely through into 3rd place. TY's got to fight for his position now, he's 4th. Got to try and minimise the mistakes to try and catch Bidzster, or at least keep Neil Farmack behind for a solid 4th place. Meanwhile, Bradders is almost there he is, he's 10th place there for Bradders, and he's not far off being lapped by his teammate, I don't think, who's coming across the line now. So looks like his teammate who knocked him off at first, he's actually going to catch him up and pass him here. One comes up to Druids. Video there at the back of the grid. Video's actually at the back before Bradders, so Video behind Bradders here, so must have made a mistake there. So Video in 10th place, Bradders in 9th. And meanwhile, Neil Farmack still trying to catch TY here. 2.3 seconds is the... Oh, it's going down. TY's off, that's why. TY's done the same thing again. TY goes off the track again, the rear end overtakes the front, and he's off. Stevie's off as well. Stevie's off further back, quick to the onboard cameras, there we go. Stevie's off, where's Keith? Where's Keith? There's Keith. So Keith's further back there, he's not got past him yet, but TY and Stevie do the same thing at Paddock Bend. Rear end goes round and they can't control the car and they've lost places. So TY down to 5th, and Stevie down to 6th place here. So Stevie not good then, and Keith just keeping consistent, could actually get some more places here. There's Blakeney at 1:26.8 last time round. Blakeney finally getting a good lap in, so he might end up catching Keith as well. So some plenty of drama still left in this race. As we look to TY then, there he is, he's with a 3-second gap to Neil in front, up over the curbs at Sheen, or just avoiding the curbs at Sheen, just a little bit there. Not wanting to take too much risk, as there's Keith, with the Stevie in front and the Blakeney behind. Not the sandwich you want, but still. Into Sheen curve, and again avoiding the curb on the inside there in these cars, not wanting to hop the curbs too much. They don't mind just gently going onto the curb, but not when you go on them really hard and really viciously. They don't tend to like it. No, GT cars don't tend to be built like that. There's Johnny McMullen on his last lap of the race then, 26.4 last time round, looking for a win here, 12 seconds ahead of the next person, which is NRP. There he is in 2nd place. Good 2nd place for NRP in this. Can't complain about the drive. He's been a fantastic drive here, and he's just about to lap Bradders here. I think there he is going down the hill. Bradders about to get lapped by NRP here. Bradders should move to the right hand side here if he's been gentlemanly enough. Is he not yet? Yes, he is. There he goes. Lets NRP go through. It's a very sporting gesture there by NRP, and that's how it's done. Neil Farmack ahead of TY. Still, Bidzster's gone down 6 seconds down the road as Johnny McMullen comes around the last corner to take victory here at Brands Hatch. Johnny McMullen takes the win. Well done to Johnny. He wins the race. Well done. And NRP is going to be 2nd if he can hold on to this, because Bidzster's closing, but he's not going to close fast enough. NRP is going to come across the line for a fantastic 2nd place. Almost turned into the pits there. NRP 2nd place. Bidzster across the line in 3rd. Bradders have been lapped in 10th. So 3rd for Bidzster there. Neil is going to be in 4th, followed by TY in 5th place. There they are. There's both of them across the line there. And Stevie in 6th place here. He's going to cross the line in 6th. Well done to Stevie. A good solid 6th place for him. Blakeney is back in 7th. He's just catching the grass there, but luckily holds on to it to take 7th place ahead of Keith, who was going to be in 8th position there. 8th position for Keith. And video will round off the 9. So let's go and get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay, guys, here's the results from that then. So it is Johnny McMullen who wins that race, and then it's NRP in 2nd place. 3rd is Bidzster. 4th is Neil Farmack. 5th is TY. Stevie in 6th. 7th is Blake. Then it is 8th for Keith. Then it's 9th for video, and 10th for Bradders. So as we come back from that end, Johnny McMullen wins that race. Despite taking his teammate off, he still wins the race. And we'll see you guys next time for the final race of this special event, which will be at Alton Park Island Circuit. We'll see you then, guys. Take care.